And you're watching Out of Bounds with T-Rex and my main frat brother, Big Daddy Hank. Henry, what's up, Henry? How you
What's up, my
doing?
guy? What's up, my
Not
guy?
a thing,
Everything's
man.
good.
How's everything
It's,
going in Memphis, man? Everything going good in Memphis?
man, it's weather is horrible. It's raining, it's tornadoes, it's wind damage, but we're still here, brother. We're still here.
I'm, hey, I'm only gonna say this, then we'll go on to our current events. I still believe them 10 balloons that was floating around up there had something to do with the atmosphere. They always trying
Hey,
to, like that cartoon, they was fixing the atmosphere. All of a sudden it started raining food. I
right,
don't know what's gonna come next, but that's
right,
it.
right, 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 right.
So let's give me your opinion, then we'll just go right into it. What's your opinion on Tuesday with the former president, Mr. Trump? What's your opinion of that?
Wow, Mister. For me, I think the the evidence is overwhelming, man, with what Mr. Trump, I can't even say former president or president, I'm just going to say Donald. It's overwhelming. I look, if that would have been anyone else that maybe looked like me, where they would be if he would be just accused of the things that he's done. This guy has been impeached. Um, and the sad part is people want to put him back in office uh, during the next election, but he's facing major charges right now that I don't see how he can get out of. I really don't, but I do think that he will some kind of way because um, I think I'm not going to say that he's privileged, but I think a lot of people do think that they are privileged, and he do that. He does things because it's second nature to him without thinking, and he takes everything for granted. And I just think that he should be in jailed. That's just my opinion, not of this station or anything like that. Just my opinion, but I don't think he
Mm-hmm.
will, man. I think it's a sad situation, but I really believe that he's in a pickle, and I'd like to see what happens.
Well, when he was in court, the judge told him via the news media. That's how we got it. They didn't have camera, no video in there or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't, he didn't give him a gag order, but he told him don't talk about it. The dude was talking about it on the way out, talking about they have nothing. First of all, I don't think any district attorney
Mm-hmm.
would waste money on nothing.
Right.
Now, in the past, district attorneys have found stuff that wasn't real
Mm-hmm.
and made it work, and we still got the people incarcerated for those things because they look like us.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at the Caucasian race, they always get a break, and I don't. I mean, I'm not mad that they get a break. I'm just frustrated that a person of color can do the same crime and get a totally different, harder sentence. Donald Trump did all these things. They already know that he paid his attorney to pay this lady off because that's why he went to jail.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the big deal? I mean, if you sent one to jail and he was just the pay guy, then who, that's it right there. But the 34 counts, uh, all they need is one
Right.
felony wipes him out.
Right.
He's done.
Right.
And they're so afraid of this happening. I mean, look what happened to Richard Nixon. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I like Tricky Dick. Don't get me wrong. I like Tricky Dick, man. Tricky Dick went down like I didn't do it. Leave me
Right.
alone. And then when it happened, I quit.
I quit.
I
Yeah.
quit.
Yeah.
So
He had the perfect Shaggy syndrome. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
and Trump's not even smart to say that. He gets right out and say stupid stuff like, "Yeah, I had the boxes down there, and I wasn't going to give them back, but that wasn't a crime. They belonged to me."
Right.
I think the majority of Americans that are a different persuasion of us believe that this is really, they can do what they want to do in this country and not
Mhm.
have a clue. The
Right.
from the president to governors to local officials and especially to police officers. It's, I don't think Donald Trump should be spared anything, but I do know if he is convicted of anything and there's any type of jail sentence, first of all, it's going to be house arrest for that time,
Oh, absolutely.
which is not fair. It's not
Absolutely.
fair. And
Absolutely.
second, if he does go to a penitentiary, it's going to be the one in Leavenworth where he has his own house, his own cook, his own aide. You might as well leave him at home and not waste the government money.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I understand why he's doing it. The district attorney's doing what he's doing because he's doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that America, and I'm just going to be bold and say majority of white America, especially the Republican Party, the mega force, are really acting a little bit beside themselves because, oh, you can't do this, especially senators talking about you shouldn't be able to charge a former president. He's just because he's former president, he's not a sitting president. He's a citizen of the United States. If he breaks the law, he should be held accountable to the law.
Just like
So
everybody
I don't
else
know.
is, man.
That's true. I mean, but they play games like, well, I really didn't do anything wrong. I just took some boxes. I didn't pay her off. He did.
Right.
Well, I don't think any attorney's gonna lose his license like that guy did and say, okay, I'll just take it. No, you instructed your guy to do something and he followed through and he went to jail. And now you're saying I didn't do it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I hope they're catching. I hope they're catching. I don't think the thing in Georgia is going to stick because the Georgians are supposed to have some paper at the governor's office waiting for him to sign it that the Republican caucus in Georgia can fire any DA
Right.
that
Right. Right.
they feel that's not doing what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Where in the hell is that justice?
It's not, man.
Where's that justice?
It's not. It's not. It's almost like a free fall, man. Okay, let's put everything in this bag, shake it up, pour it out, and see what pops out, man. It is. It's crazy, man. It's sad for educated people to come up with stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So.
And I was all for a common person
Mm-hmm.
to run the country.
Mm-hmm.
I really thought, and I say it again, I thought Hillary, and the reason I picked Hillary wasn't because she's a Democrat, wasn't because she was married to Bill.
Mm-hmm.
I picked Hillary because she was a woman,
Mm-hmm.
and women take care of home, and I wanted
Mm-hmm.
somebody to fix America.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the current president we got, he's a Democrat. He's still not trying to fix America.
Mm-hmm.
He's sending tons of money overseas,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not fixing America. When Trump was there, Trump was trying to make money off America,
Right.
and then said he wasn't.
Yeah.
And
dude, Trump
this dude
wanted
is
to
too much.
put a hotel across the street from the White House. You know what I'm saying? For his purpose. And that is
Yeah.
absolutely crazy. But, you made a statement earlier. You have an election. If a Democrat or a Republican win, a Democrat comes in second, an independent comes in second, make that person your vice president. And like I said, they'll keep each other honest, so
For sure.
you got both parties there engaging and just policing each other. So I don't know why it can't be like that because, somebody wanted the majority winner, somebody wanted the minority loser. So put the two together and see what happens, because what we got right now, it's not working. So what's the definition of insanity? There you go. So why not try something? Why not step out of the box and think a little different? Say, let's see if we can make that work. So something has got to change, man. It really does. And like I said earlier, what we was talking earlier, man, you got do we have the right priorities in this country? You got game shows giving away millions of dollars, but you got people sleeping under bridges. The homelessness here in America. So, but everybody don't want to address those issues. So it's craziness, man.
They don't address it because it makes, in their eyes, it makes America look bad because we have homeless people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it does make it look bad because you're not taking care of your people.
Mm-hmm.
At one time, those people were tax-paying citizens.
Right.
True, some of those guys out there, some of the people out there, they want to be homeless because they don't want to work
mm-hmm.
or be part of the system.
Mm-hmm.
That part of the people, I understand. But the majority of them that lost their jobs or lost their home or lost everything due to some kind of economic thing or or COVID,
mm-hmm.
or just, because the factory shut down and moved out, they should be compensated. I mean, I said it before earlier when we was talking. We're sending more money to Ukraine, billions and trillions of dollars to Ukraine. For what? For what? Are they going to pay us back?
No.
And then they say, well, that doesn't come out of Social Security or Medicare money. I'm sure it's not coming out of the defense budget. So I wonder, I think Congress should have to show the people what they spend money on.
Right.
Every penny in Congress should come out an itemized list, just like we have to do when we do our taxes.
Right.
And they show us where every penny went.
Right.
It's our money. It's not the government money. We are the government.
Right.
It's not the government itself. It's the people.
Right.
And I just believe that we don't have enough say so in that. And yeah, I can understand if we had to vote on giving Ukraine money, it might not have happened. We might still be thinking about it.
Right.
But I can't see giving billions and trillions of dollars away to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like we was talking earlier, the American dollar ain't worth a crap no place but America.
Yes.
Come on now. That's just craziness happening, and they're not doing anything about it. What you said is true. I remember when you was talking about the value of the dollar, mm-hmm. and I'm gonna piggyback off you, and I said what I said. As a young person, my dad was stationed in Darmstadt, Germany, in
mm-hmm.
from 72 to 75, and a dollar. There was the mark. Right now, is their dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, a mark was 4 marks to the dollar. So their mark was a quarter, basically, of what our dollar was. And now they, I think, what is it? $2 to a mark or something crazy like that.
Almost
same thing as a pound and yen and everything. So it's kind of crazy. So whatever's going on in the White House is still reflecting on what Donald Trump did. And honestly, I don't think there's any candidate in America that's spoken up right now that can fix America. Definitely not Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is 90% of the reason why we're in the situation we're in. He gave China and Russia open doors, and that's just crazy. So.
It absolutely is, man. It absolutely is. And I don't know if an American president has ever been in prison or prison for the wrongdoings of his actions. But and this could be a first for Trump. It seems that, from my point of view, I think that definitely needs to happen. I think that would be a statement. You look at what Trump has tried to do with Korea and all the other foreign countries and so forth, man. It's a travesty, man. It really is. It's borderline selling the United States out just for him to make a dollar that has lost its value. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's definitely sold us out, because the 2 countries that, 3 countries that he was so-called friends with, China, Russia, and North Korea, right now the 1, 2, and 3 trying trying to attack America and its people.
Right. I don't know if is that you froze or me. Can you hear me? Okay. Well, I'm just going to go on here. You look at what Russia. You were speaking about Russia and China. The value of the United States dollar, the American dollar, it has dropped tremendously, and how Russia has and China both have devalued the American dollar. So it looks like Terry is having some technical difficulties. I could say that it is Trump, but we're going to say false. There you go. Back, you're
Yeah,
back. I
yeah, I
was
fell
about to
off.
say that's false news, man. I was going to say Trump got you, but that's false news, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but yes,
I,
sir.
I tell you, man, I'm glad you filled in. I don't know what happened. I just asked Google was my internet connection. She said, yeah, but I lost it. Maybe they cut me a little bit because we was talking about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
The government is they say the government don't do this, the government don't do that. But anytime you're a threat to the government, not that we're a threat,
No.
but anytime anybody's a threat. But I was talking about Saudi Arabia, OPEC, basically. Now they're signing with China. And we unfortunately gave most of them the tools to do that. And thanks everybody for tuning in to TAN TV, TAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel with a global reach. And here right now you're out of bounds with me and Henry. So yes, thank you, producer. I forgot all about that. I was more interested in trying to get back on. But what do you think about them just walking away from us after all we did for their protection?
Wow.
Their thing, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it might not happen tomorrow, it might not happen next week, but it's gonna happen when China and Russia turns on them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're gonna be crying to the rest of the world, help us, and then
Right.
I say no.
I'm gonna go way back until you spoke about your dad in the 70s. Well, my dad was in Dusseldorf, Germany in 1946, and he said, man, if they would have left MacArthur and Patton alone and let them clean up that whole coastal area, we would not be in the situation that we're in today. So
that's true.
But so be it. It happened that way, and that was politics played a major role in the situation with Patton and MacArthur. So and look at us where we are now. A lot of the things are still happening right now. We'll go in.
Oh, for sure.
Look at the Ukraine situation. The country's in devastation. So who's going to be who's going to be the world police? The United States come in and take care of everybody, rebuild, and so forth. Okay, under the leadership of the commander in chief. So it's amazing, man.
Man, I've been saying this for years, and I'm sure I'm going to offend people, but it's the truth. We have been helping Caucasian countries forever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at any country, Cuba, Venezuela, all those are brown countries, and we don't do nothing for them.
Mm-hmm.
But doggone, we'll stick our neck out. We're going to end up going to war for Ukraine. I don't care what nobody says. And I just don't think it's right. I don't think it's right that we have to put American lives on there. And I don't think the young people of America want to fight for this country. They don't love this country the way that our parents did and we did. It's just a joke to them. So
you're exactly right, man. And that's a sad situation. But I do see that. And I think, getting back to where the American dollar is, was, or to be, will play a major role in that. You know, what do those countries have to offer? What can the United States get out of those countries to increase the dollar? And that'll play a major role in any of those actions. So,
Well, I look at China. China doesn't have any really natural resources other than people and
correct.
cheap labor. So,
Right.
yeah, I haven't seen the president, show his grit yet, but all he's got to do is tell these companies, if you still dealing with China, getting your parts from China, getting all this from China and not here, then you can't do business in America. And that's
Mm-hmm.
all I'm saying. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
truth. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we've been building countries up for years. After the war, the first one of the wars, we built up Germany. Now Germany's got a great economy. Did the same thing to
Exactly.
Japan. They got a great economy. Where's our
Exactly.
economy going? Down the toilet with a flush, brother. Just down the
Well,
toilet with a flush.
but you said it earlier, man. All those companies, Nissan, whoever went to Mexico, why not
Mhm.
bring those back to America? Like you said, and buy American, build America back. You want to make America strong again? You want to make it, in your words, you want to make America great again? Bring those entities back to
Right.
America where we will all buy American and keep the money in America.
In
That's
America.
it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where it can start. But that's why also when you have two parties, vice president, president, Republican, Democrat, independent, whatever, however it flows,
Mhm.
somebody will think like that to get us back on right track, man. Because like I said, the system we have right now is not working, bro.
No, it's not working. I mean, it worked back in we'll call it the old days, but it's not working now. We need with the way these people are thinking and the way the internet acts so fast, we need to have a different type of government. Now, I'm not saying
Mhm.
we should be socialist or all that. I think the biggest problem with America is uh, the rich keep getting rich and everybody else keep getting poor. So
Right.
let's trim that fat and make the rich people pay their share. I mean,
Hmm.
you know, you can only spend so much money. I mean, if you got $25 billion, yeah, but you ain't gonna spend $25 billion in your lifetime. So that means you just made wealth for your family, which is okay. But then you still
Right.
trying to make more money. So I just think we need
Right.
to slow down and fix
Right.
America and make the people who broke America, the rich people, pay for it. Because
Right.
uh, back to our former president Trump, I mean, he didn't want to defund the police, but he definitely did something. I forgot the word he used for the banking system, where
Hmm.
he let them do what they want to do. And now we got two major banks crashing. But let's get off of him for a minute. You also came up with something else you wanted to talk about.
Well,
We
I think
talking about the
we've hit
dollar.
on we've hit on a lot of it, but
We hit on that.
also, where does the Bitcoin? I think the Bitcoin phase has died down a little bit, but what does that play in America? Where does that go? You know what I'm saying?
Well, technically, from my bachelor degree knowledge, I think that's just lost money. I
Yes.
don't think that it was backed by the what's that, the FI, whatever the banking system is, the federal whatever commission for banks.
Right.
They didn't back that. So uh it was like, hey, I got your money, goodbye. Uh Even in those two banks that fell, cats had millions of dollars in that bank, and they only, for each account, they only got $250,000. So why
Hmm.
have all that money in the bank if you're not going to be guaranteed to get it back? So they're like, where's my money? Well, come on. I mean, if you look at those two banks, the first thing they did was cash out their CEOs with a big lump sum and
Right.
then file bankruptcy. So, wow.
Right.
That's hey, great for America, right? That's what America wants to do. Wants to break the bank and steal all the money. I just think they steal it from the wrong people. So
Right.
I don't know, Henry, man. It's hard to fix the government in 30 minutes. But all I would say is, you know, all the women out there who want a good man, okay, I'm gonna say this: get your good man and vote, because the people that you're voting for, those men and women, they're not good. They're not good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we got to fix it. We got to fix it. And I think the only way we can fix this is I like what Obama did when they voted against something. He publicized who voted for and who voted against, so they can't
Right.
lie. And that's,
Right.
I mean, that we should be transparent. There, I think the government's really screwed up. And I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
say this, and then we'll go into our final segment and saying goodbye to everybody.
Yeah.
They think we owe them something, but we pay their salary. They are our
Mm-hmm.
employees, America. We don't work for them, they work for us. That
Right.
president works for us. We don't work for them.
Right.
And they're not doing what we want them to do. We should fire them. I think we should
Right.
be able to fire them. I mean, if your boss didn't like what you was doing, they could fire you.
Mm-hmm.
So if we
Exactly.
as the stockholders in the United States government, that's what we are, because we pay stock in taxes, then we should be
Right.
able to tell the government what they want to do. They should ask us, do you want to give money to Ukraine? I don't care if it takes a
Right.
year to get a vote back. I don't really care. You know.
Exactly.
So go
You
ahead.
said it, you should be fired. In the words of Donald Trump in his show, you're fired. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. But it's
That's it.
it's sort of sad, man, that we're having this conversation right now. Back in the 70s, and I really can't think of the name of the date that when this song came out. And I think I may have said this before. The song says people moving out, people moving in. Why?
Mhm.
Because of the color of their skin. Run, 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 but you cannot hide. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Vote for me and I'll set you free. Rap on, brother, rap on.
Mhm.
It's crazy. Evolution, revolution, gun control, sounds of the soul, shooting rockets to the moon, kids growing up too soon, politicians saying more taxes, solve everything. That was in the 70s. That
70s.
was in the 70s. And here we are talking about the same thing today. And the name of that song was Ball of Confusion. And you
That's it.
people out there in video land, television land, Google it. If you don't know the name of the lyrics, Ball of Confusion. Google it, look at the words and listen, and you see what we're living and where we are. And that's a terrible situation, man.
Man, you couldn't have closed this show out better. That was amazing. I got to give it to you, Henry. That was amazing, because that's the truth, man.
Yes,
That is
sir.
the truth. Everything about that song has come to pass already.
Yes, sir.
People move rent control by the color of
Yes,
their
sir.
skin.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
rockets to the moon. Now everybody got
Mhm.
nuclear weapons. You can't hide. We can't hide. You know. So
That's right.
and the government is the biggest crooks ever. I mean, and I'm not talking about the system. I'm talking about the crooks that work within the system. And I just
Right.
think that
Exactly.
we need to change the rules of engagement.
Mhm. Mhm.
And you can only do 4 years in Congress and you got to go. No more
Right.
lifers. No more
Right.
lifers. And then we'll get
Exactly.
better. Well, Henry,
Exactly.
you got anything else you want to say before we close this book out?
Well, the final thing that I can say, man, it's Easter Sunday,
Yes.
and happy Easter out there, everybody. I remember as a child going over to my grandmother's house and we're dyeing Easter eggs, we're hiding the eggs and looking for the eggs and hunting for them and getting in them and eating them. And I'm not going to say what the results after we ate so many, what all we did, but had a great time doing it. So everybody out there in TV land, happy Easter. enjoy yourselves. Okay, that's all I got to say, my man.
Well, you already said it great, man. I think I'm just going to say ditto on that one because happy Easter, everyone. And what we did back then was amazing. These kids ain't, they ain't going to Easter egg hunts. There used to be a big one at the school or something for the kids. They don't even do that no more.
Right.
So.
Right. And it is so funny. And I know we got to go and get ready to go and we push for time. But, today's children has video games in Nintendo. I don't know, the PlayStation and all of that. Dude, when I grew up, we sat on the front porch and played Yoka Maka. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, the difference between us and them, our generation and the new generation coming up, the computer kids, is we're gonna have another topic on that. I think that's why we're having a lot of these shootings, because they don't have social skills to deal with people. They're all worried about, I was bullied. I mean, everybody's bullied at some time. When we pledged, we got bullied. And we'll leave that to another time, though. But we still survived it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, So, well, with that being said, everyone, thanks for tuning in to TAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel with a global reach. You got me and Henry signing off for Out of Bounds with T-Rex. Everybody have a great Easter. Don't eat too much. And if you do, stay close, stay home. We don't want to get that egg problem like Henry was talking about. All right. Peace out, y'all.